What's up, guys? We are back. Crisis Core Reunion got a new trailer dropped this morning. We made a video already talking about that, reacting to it, and giving our thoughts on it, so feel free to check that out right now on the top left or in the link in the description below. During that time, Square Enix released an article that we're going to be checking out, and I think it's pretty sick. Here we have 7 reasons Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion is more than just a remaster. See, I'm right. I've been calling it a remakester the whole time, and they seem to agree with that as well. The prequel to Final Fantasy VII has been revamped with spectacular graphics, updated combat, and more. Find out what makes this definitive Zack experience. If you guys are hyped and you cannot wait for more Crisis Core and Final Fantasy and just in general RPG goodies, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well to help spread the news, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more. Only 27% of you guys who watch and love the videos are currently subbed, and we gotta fix that. We gotta change that, guys. Continue to raise it up even higher and expand our reach even further. So first things first, I mean, when you're looking at this, if you played the original game, yeah, obviously the visuals have been drastically improved. The first thing you'll probably notice about the latest version of Crisis Core is that it's quite the glow up. To call the visuals improved would be a Midgar-sized understatement. Almost every aspect of the game's graphics has been completely reworked to make it look as beautiful as possible. I mean, they've been flexing this pretty damn hard in all the trailers that they've been releasing. Just look at this, guy. This is kind of crazy. This little Zack expression of him, like, talking with Angie here. Let's go check the little hair textures on this side and over here. Like, big differences. Yeah. Big differences right here. Absolutely love it. Every time I see some new footage from these trailers, I'm blown away by what they've been able to do. Of course, the original game was also quite a looker for its time. The team achieved amazing things on the PSP hardware. It's regarded as one of the most beautiful games on the platform. So much so that the team briefly considered whether they needed to change it at all. No, I'm glad you did. According to the producer, Sato, they thought about bringing the game over to modern platforms without changing the visuals. However, they put the original on a large screen and saw lots of elements that gave us pause, both technical and in terms audience perceptions. Glad they did that. Executive producer Yoshinori Kitase adds that Final Fantasy VII Remake fans expect so much more from the graphics. As a result, almost every detail and visual aspect of the game has been updated and improved. Characters are much more detailed and expressive, and locations look much more natural. And even the user interface has been refined to look closer in feel to that of Final Fantasy VII Remake. The result speaks for itself. This is one pretty game. Yeah, I definitely agree, and like I said in the previous video, following up with the UI of Final Fantasy VII Remake for this game, definitely a big bonus and a great step in the right direction. Number 2, the battle system is faster and more fluid. A significant amount of work has also gone into updating the battle system to make it feel faster and more responsive. As the producer Sato says herself, we did some serious fine-tuning on this game. The original Crisis Core featured an action-based battle system, which let Zack attack enemies and choose attacks in real time. It was and still is a lot of fun, but it's also noticeably slower and more stop-start than in many of today's action RPGs. As a result, many aspects of the battle system, from attack timing and animations to the camera, have been tweaked or reworked to make the battles far smoother. It's now a lot more snappier for control, and Zack's attacks with much greater fluidity. However, while the team redefined a lot, they still wanted the game to retain that distinctive Crisis Core flavor. The result is a remaster that takes many of the ideas of the original game, refines and polishes them, and presents them in their ultimate form. The result is combat that feels dramatic, super satisfying, and very distinctive. This has me super excited to play Crisis Core all over again, guys. Seriously, the original game, it was okay for its combat at the time, but hearing that they definitely refined a few things and made it a little bit more snappier, aka hopefully we're gonna be able to cancel combos and do some crazy shit. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to diving deep into this combat system and seeing what the hell we can figure out that we can do now. The DMW has been reworked. Honestly, the DMW to me was one of the weaker elements of Crisis Core. One of the most unique elements of the original Crisis Core is the digital mind wave, and reworking this has been another area of intense focus for the team. The DMW sits on the corner of the screen, and 3 slot wheels turn automatically during battle. When certain combinations of images and numbers come up, they'll have different effects in battle. For example, getting 777s makes you invulnerable to attack for a short time, while 222s cut the cost of casting magic. In the original Crisis Core, certain combinations would pause the action to show you the effect. dramatic, but also arguably pace-breaking. Now things flow a lot better. For example, in instances when the DMW triggers a cutscene, you can now skip them if you want to get right back into the fight. Limit breaks also work differently now. In the original Crisis Core, getting 3 characters would cause Zack to launch a powerful attack. In Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, you can now store that limit break to use at a time of your choosing within the fight. Yo, that's a good, big, massive dub and amazing change in Final Fantasy VII Remake. It was annoying when you use a limit break and the enemy boss would not take damage because there was a cutscene triggered happening. Now it looks like in this system, you're able to actually store and save that limit break that you got from the slot and use it at a later moment. That's going to be really cool and probably provide for some crazy damaging combos. See, this is the type of stuff that I wanted to see, and I believe that is going to be one of the first things we experiment with to see just how far we can take combat in this game. All these changes means battle moves a lot faster, you have more control over Zack's actions, and basically it's even more fun. Summons are somehow even more awesome. What would the Final Fantasy VII series be without its summons? When the DMW lands on 3 identical summon images, Zack can utilize series classic mainstays like Ifrit, Bahamut, and Odin. These formidable entities attack with all the flair and force you'd expect from them. Actually, no, even more. The summon animations have been completely reworked compared to the original Crisis Core. If you thought that they were dramatic before, you guys didn't see nothing yet. Their new attacks feel much more powerful and are better integrated with the world of the game. Seeing the cutscenes already in the trailer have been phenomenal, so I can't wait to see how it actually feels in the game. Enemy attacks are much more manageable. Okay, this might be very interesting too. The story of Crisis Core puts Zack up against some powerful foes, including some of those aforementioned summons. In the original Crisis Core, bosses would sometimes launch extremely damaging attacks and not give you much warning to prepare beforehand. These super attacks are still in Crisis Core Reunion, but a new mechanic has been added to give you a way to mitigate the damage. When a boss is about to unleash a devastating assault, a new ability gauge appears on the screen, and by attacking the enemy, you can reduce this gauge and the power of the attack. The lower you get it, the less damage it will do, and if you can reduce the bar to 0, the attack will be cancelled entirely. Oh, what? Oh, that actually might be pretty sick for hard mode. It's a feature that changes your approach to boss battles, rewards skillful use of your own skills and magic, and gives poor Zack more of a fighting chance. That is really cool. I remember 2 months ago, IGN released some footage that had Zack going against Ifrits and other bosses. There was a purple bar, I want to say it was purple, that would come up, and every time you hit the enemy, it reduced the percentage or the amount of bars that they had. So that is exactly what this is talking about. That's pretty damn good. I might be saving the limit breaks for that. You never know. I completely skip and cancel bosses' attacks and animations. Hell yeah, that's great. That's fun, actually. And number 6, the whole game is fully voiced. We talked about this before, but this is actually a big freaking deal. In the original Crisis Core, certain important scenes had voice acting, but much of the dialogue throughout the rest of the game was presented with text alone. With Crisis Core Reunion, that is no longer the case. Now the entire game is fully voiced from start to finish in English and Japanese. Every cutscene, side quest, and incidental scene is brought to life by talented cast of actors, making this dramatic story hit even harder than before. That is a big dub. A lot of games don't really do that. They really don't, man. I actually really think that's so dope, because there are a lot of moments in Crisis Core where there was not a lot of animations between characters going on. They were kind of stiff and not talking. Now they fine-tuned that whole element to where we're actually going to get voices throughout the entire thing. There's not going to be any break in between dialogue, and we're going to be able to hear this wonderful cast of voice actors from start to finish. That is great. Remember the Yuffie scene in the original Crisis Core? Obviously, that's going to be in this game, where Zack comes across a young Yuffie in Wutai. That scene was not voiced in the original game, but now apparently it's going to have voices. That's really cool. The soundtrack has been newly arranged. We talk about this all the time, man. The music in Crisis Core is pretty damn good, and it just seems that the composer, Ishimoto, went ahead and did us a solid. It says he created a wonderfully eclectic collection of music. This amazing soundtrack crosses genres and styles and incorporates many classic Final Fantasy VII themes and introduces new ones that stick in your head and the heart. We know which one. These tracks have been arranged for Crisis Core Reunion, bringing them more depth. What's more is that he's returned to create new arrangements for some pieces. It's another reason that the game sounds as good as it looks. And as you can see, all these improvements make Crisis Core Reunion much more than just a remaster. It's an all-around better game in almost every aspect, yet arguably, its greatest element remains unchanged: Zack Fair himself. Honestly, guys, this is pretty fun. This is pretty exciting to see. So not only is the combat hella improved and you know, the music is expanded on and we get more tracks on top of that, we also are gonna get more voice acted scenes. That's big, man. That's really big and exciting. Crisis Core is looking to be a pretty damn amazing game. I'm looking forward to playing it. I hope you guys are too. I'll be playing it here on the channel and making as many videos of it as I can for you guys. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you are new. More Crisis Core, Final Fantasy, and RPG news is on the way and you won't want to miss them. My name is BltzZ and thanks for watching.